You guys want a preview? Travis.
Yo.
Maybe later, Foos. We're starting.
I don't care.
I don't care that you don't care. But
good evening, gentlemen.
Welcome all to Hit or Miss. I'm your host, Night Strike. Smeggy is still MIA. If you see Smeggy, please email nightstrike1@gmail.com. Now, let me introduce the panelists we have tonight. We got a motley crew this evening. Who wants to go first? Well, you know what? I'm just going to pick somebody. AWAG, what's going on?
Hi, I'm blatantly irate today due to this topic that we'll talk about in a bit.
Oh, yes. We're going to talk about this and a couple other things.
I got one thing, and I might steal it from you, but shall not be infringed.
Ooh, nice.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
Yeah. So, all right. Foos, what's going on? We haven't seen you in a while. How you been?
I've been okay, I guess. I've been kind of working on this. This is a prototype of what my logo will be for my ammo manufacturing company once I get it started. So,
ooh, ammo manufacturing.
Cool. What program you using there, buddy?
A friend of mine's doing that.
Oh,
I thought maybe you were buying ammo with your Social Security money.
Maybe, but no. It's just very small. Starting out with only 9mm first, so yeah. Sport shooters ammunition. So that's going to be the logo. I kind of like it.
Hey, it looks good to me.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gizzard, what's going on?
Well, glad to be here, fresh back from Tulsa this last weekend. And
Anything.
All I've got to say on that matter is, give him the bird.
You gave him the bird, man.
So,
my thunder.
So, did you get anything?
Do what?
Yeah, did you get anything?
Didn't get any guns. I got a holster. I got a gun belt. And I gained about 5 or 10 pounds eating food.
Yeah. You guys went to that copper mill like every meal, man.
Hey.
Well, we went to Genghis Grill.
And
and
Whataburger.
To Krispy Kremes.
I saw the pictures that Clovertac put up on that.
Whataburger. Yeah.
That Whataburger's the bomb.
Yeah, that Whataburger is
pretty darn good stuff, let me tell you.
All right. So, jumped in at the last second. We've got Budget Guns and Gear. What's going on, Budget?
Hey, thanks for the invite. Not much. I went and did some camping this weekend, shot some videos. Just read an article in the Santa Monica Observer that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is going to retire in January. Life is good.
Yeah. For anyone that didn't know, she fell and broke like 3 ribs. And apparently that one of the doctors that basically examined her said that she needs to be forced medical retirement. Because if she's breaking 3 ribs with one fall, she's pretty damn brittle.
Didn't they say that she was like telecommuting to work?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
The article says she has cancer again. This would be her 3rd bout with it.
Yeah. So let's hope. All right. So, Rich, what's going on in West Virginia?
Not much.
Mountain Mama. Couldn't help it.
Wait.
Sorry.
West Virginia? That means you're related to Yankee.
No, I'm not from West Virginia. I just live here.
I have to ask you, Rich.
Okay.
How is the Mothman?
How should I know? He lives out in Washington.
No, the Mothman lives in West Virginia.
No, he moved to Washington. I've told you this before.
No, he hasn't.
I'm telling you, Yankee is the Mothman. There hasn't been a single sighting since he moved out of the state.
That is lies and slander. Yankee is Bigfoot, okay? Difference.
That's your opinion.
No.
All right.
One
All
is
right.
before shaving, the other one's after shaving.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And he's got, when he's doing the Mothman thing, he has on his Batman costume. You know, like Wile E. Coyote.
Okay, moving on. We got Sandhill Shooter. What's going on, Sandhill?
Hey, thanks for having me. And I was just going to say, I don't think Yankee. Well, I thought Yankee might have been the Bigfoot until I saw Sarge's beard just after 1 week of growth. So I'm thinking that there may be more than one Bigfoot in the world. I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean,
Thanks for having me, Night Strike. I will hang as long as I can before I get ready to go do 2A Tuesday.
Yep. All right. We've got Sarge next.
And anybody who wants to jump in that and hasn't been getting links, send me an email to sandhillshooter@gmail.com and I will get links.
All right. Sarge,
Yes, sir.
you're up.
I am.
Yes, you are.
Excellent. I appreciate the invite. I'm starting to take this stuff a little bit more serious. I got like some videos planned out on my day off, which is going to be tomorrow and the next day. And I think I'm going to start trying to get a little bit more stuff out there. Not go crazy or nothing, but get a little bit more consistent stuff out there. And then we'll be back again Thursday night at 9 for the Sergeant Boomer show. So I appreciate the invite.
You know, you do enough of these videos, Sarge, and people might start pointing you out and say, hey, that's that guy who does those videos on YouTube.
That's happened once, and that's it. So
I haven't had that happen to me yet. So
you're never on camera.
Well, no, I've got a couple of me on camera. I just don't do a lot of produced stuff, and I got to change that.
Hey, I've had that happen to me, but it was at the Tulsa Gun Show with like 50 other people around us.
Okay, Raphael doesn't count, Foos.
Oh.
Hey, there's those guys that make those videos on YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and we're pointing at Matt.
All right, in at the last minute, we got the Crazy Scotsman. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening, guys? Appreciate the invite. Don't have a whole lot going on. Should have another couple videos this week. Kind of like Sarge, I got a lot more coming out content-wise, actual good content, and not just BS chats. But I do have a lot of good content coming, so stay tuned.
So I caught some of your chat from last night. It was good stuff about the reloading crap like that.
Yeah. I try to have some decent topics on there as well as have fun and joke around and BS, you know.
Yeah. All right. And certainly, last but not least, we've got my unofficial co-host, Travis P. Levin.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed you didn't mention this. You know, it's been 2 years now I've been doing these shows with you, dude.
Yeah, you are now the unofficial co-host.
We're getting old, bro. We're getting old. I think it was in October. No, it was like September or something of 2016 when I did the first show with you guys, when I did mine. So, man, I appreciate the invites as usual. Thank you, dude. For the channel, check out Travis P11 everywhere. You know, check it out on YouTube and Gunstreamer, GunTube, YouTube, all that fun stuff. And then we got Caliber Corner Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Central Time over there on gunchannels.com. So get over there and get signed up and support GunTube on Patreon.
Thank you.
Yes, man. No problem.
I just I'm gonna go check something real quick because I think I missed something last week because we didn't do hit or miss because of the elections last week. And usually when important elections are happening, Matt, Never Enough Ammo, usually does a chat, an elections chat. So I usually jump into that one. I may not stay for the whole duration, but I usually jump in for that chat. I just need to check something right now. Last page on the YouTube. What does it say?
Oh.
I'm trying to see how many years we've been doing hit or miss because I forget. I think we missed something last week or the week before. Okay.
Can I start the topic while you're looking?
No. Okay, so yeah, last week or the week before we missed it, but we've been doing hit or miss for 3 consecutive years now. I just like to, let everyone know that we've been doing hit or miss for 3 years, and 3 years exactly. And I was really hoping that we can get a couple more years, but whatever happens, happens. And we may have to rename gun channels till we used to have guns channels, depending on how it goes. But anyways, what else? I just wanted to briefly touch on a topic. If any of you guys followed me in roll call on Rants and Raves last week, I said that because the Democrats have control of the House now, that when they start talking about it, they will say that gun control is their top priority. And unfortunately, I was right. Because Pelosi came out on Monday saying that gun control is going to be the House's top priority. And that pisses me off. But today they came out and said that that the House is now trying to create a bill to send through that basically bans parts kits. And I've got an article I want to read. It's from Breitbart, and I know it's Breitbart, but still. I want to go over the article, and then, AWAG, I will let you rant and rave all you want about it, and we'll go from there. All right, so the article basically says Democrats in the House quietly put forward a ban on 80% frames and gun parts kits while Americans were focused on voting and watching the outcome of the midterm elections.
Well, they haven't voted for it.
So they preempted it before the Democrats even won. Okay, the legislation HR 7115, sponsored by Representative Frank Pallone, Democrat of New Jersey.
Figures.
AWAG. I'm pointing. You can't see because I don't have the camera on, but I'm pointing my finger at you, AWAG.
Yeah. Well, don't point it at me. Point it at the idiot who made the bill.
And has 16 Democrat co-sponsors. Well, gee. Who would have figured?
Who would have thunk?
The state's purpose of the legislation is to prevent the sale, possession, or advertising of 80% receivers, gun parts kits, etc. The text of HR 7115 says to prohibit the sale, acquisition, distribution, in commerce, or import into the United States of certain firearm receiver castings or blanks, assault weapon parts kits, and machine gun parts kits, and the marketing or advertise of such casting or blanks or end kits or any medium of electronic communications to require homemade firearms to have serial numbers and for other purposes.
So first of all, what defines a part kit? If you have a spring coming in that could be used in an assault rifle or something like that, quote unquote.
Anything.
A parts kit?
Anything.
Could probably be anything.
It could be an trigger. It could be
it's anything.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if any of you guys went and read the bill. I actually went and read the bill.
We were reading on his show earlier.
Anything that is
my Breitbart's article said.
They don't want you to gunsmith at home.
No. Anything that you can do at home is going to be banned under this. If I were to put a threaded barrel that I have in my Smith & Wesson Shield 40 under this bill, I've now converted it into what this bill would make an illegal assault weapon.
And I feel like that's blatantly directed at me because obviously New Jersey, and I like building firearms because I see their historical value, especially the Yugoslavian guns, because there was obvious if you guys don't know world history, that there was a conflict in former Yugoslavia between the Serbs and the Croats, and the Bosnians and the Muslims there, and it was just a big old civil war going on. And we brought in parts kits from the reserves from the Yugo military, we cut up these rifles, and most of the rifles that come in have trench art on their stocks. And like, once you get even the sling that I have on my M72 RPK has somebody's name on it. You know, I finally found somebody that will translate it, and it's this apparently some guy named Vlad. This used to be his rifle, you know, and there's historical value in it, which I honestly like building these kinds of rifles because it's functional art basically, and it's history, and you begin to respect what you've made, and these. And I guess this is more of a personal thing going on, and I know other people probably don't see this. They just see, oh my God, it's an AK rifle. It's going to kill all the babies. But you know, I like these kinds of things, and it came to the fact of me. It's just like everything that I want to do that's fun has become illegal. It's like you can't drive fast cars, so you move on to something else, and that becomes illegal because it's too dangerous. It's like they're trying to protect us from ourselves, but they're doing the exact opposite of what they want to do. You know?
Oh, yeah. And the feds aren't going to be safe from this either, because there are semi-automatic rifles that are used for hunting. They're specifically known as hunting rifles that have detachable box magazines. Those under this bill will now be labeled as an assault weapon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bolt actions with detachable magazines.
Yep.
And I wanted to thank my buddy Joe because he actually looked into this bill. I didn't really read into it because I'm still kind of mad. I don't like reading things when I get mad because then it becomes a one-sided, like super biased, almost like hateful kind of idea that goes through my head. So it just makes me even more angry, which I don't like getting angry. So, but he basically told me that the wording is so vague that he can basically be a magazine ban if it wanted to be. That's basically how vague this this bill is, and I trust his word. So I haven't read it yet still.
Yeah, you know all those California and New York and New Jersey legal featureless rifles?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? They're now going to be relabeled as assault weapons too. Because any semi-automatic rifle or shotgun that takes a detachable box magazine, this bill is going to relabel it an assault weapon.
And you know that upsets me too, because I saw in the Breitbart column, it basically said that possession of these things is a serious crime. I'm like, oh great, that'll make me it counts all my fingers 10 times felon. You know, it's just like, hey, you get somebody who's collecting something for historical value just suddenly becomes a felon overnight.
And apparently it's not letting me post links in my own chat on YouTube. So yeah, I can't link anybody to that. So but go to congress.gov and look up bill in the 115th Congress, House Bill 7115 for the text. But yeah, the article that I was reading goes on to say the Firearms Policy Coalition warns that the bill is ambiguous and would be far-reaching. For example, they explained that H.R. 7115 does not make a distinction between upper and lower receivers for AR-15s and would make home gunsmithing illegal. And ironically, firearms built from 80% lowers are not 3D firearms. Yet the legislation is ubiquitously titled 3D Firearms Prohibition Act.
Mm-hmm. And you know, and another thing is
hold up. Democrats are trying to prohibit something. They did this years ago with alcohol. Look at how popular that was.
Yeah. Can you imagine modern day gun runners? Oh my goodness.
Shut up, you infringed! All right, AWAG, I'm giving you the floor. Go nuts.
This can also be seen as they're killing the economy as well, because it's not cheap to build rifles. I'll tell you that right now. Just building this one RPK, minus the parts kits, minus the receiver, minus the barrel, all the parts that I had to buy afterwards, and just counting the tools and machinery, I probably spent $3,000 or $4,000 worth of tools and machinery. You know, in order to build a proper rifle that functions flawlessly.
The only way we can get around this, AWAC, is you're going to have to move down here to South Carolina and help me start up Nightwagon Gunworks. And we're going to make we're going to have an FFL and actually make guns. Come on, buddy. Come on. We can do this. Nightwagon.
I'm first in line to put a down payment, by the way. I've been talking about this for a year now.
Oh, no.
All right.
But
I know you don't want to leave New Jersey. I know you love walking to work. But, I mean, come on. Come on. Your opportunity right there.
South Carolina isn't that far away.
Plus it's freedom. It's freedom.
It's a slow killing of our Second Amendment rights. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts.
It's a slow killing. No, it's been being killing. Listen, the beast is almost dead. The 1934, the 1968, the 1986, the 1994. They've really fucked us over quite hard already. Yet they want to put that final nail in the fucking coffin. So that we don't get anything anymore. So that whatever we have, and that's it. And by the way, we're going to make laws later on to take away what you already have because you can't be trusted to have it because the Democrats say so. Because the Democrats think they know better than the founding fathers themselves.
Mm-hmm. But it's only a matter of time before somebody steps out of line and oversteps their bounds. And then some nut job will take advantage of that, and then you'll be seeing it all plastered on the news. Like, oh my gosh, this guy did something horrible because blah, blah, blah happened. It's just like,
well, we just had that in California at the bar shooting. That guy was an anti-gunner.
Yeah. And wasn't he using like an extended magazine in his handgun as well?
Well, I don't know if it was an extended magazine or what California calls an extended magazine.
Do you know what some of the victims have said? More gun control laws wouldn't have helped.
He was already breaking California's gun control laws. You know, the strictest in the country.
Yes, the strictest in the country, and it still happened. And California is saying we need more gun control laws. And here, victims and families of the victims are saying more gun control wouldn't have fixed the situation.
You can't prevent against everything.
When even the victims are saying that more legislation wouldn't have prevented it, that says something. That really fucking says something.
Well, here's the thing, okay, that everybody's missing. When they say gun control, they don't mean laws to control guns. They mean laws to get rid of guns so that they can have control.
No. When they say gun control, they mean laws that strip the rights of legal American citizens. I just said that, but in less words.
Mm-hmm. What happens when you take the guns out of gun control? You get control.
Period.
Yeah, they're basically slowly but surely trying to do everything that is against the Second Amendment.
Well, they've been adopting this strategy of incrementalism for decades. You know, ever as Nightstrike mentioned, ever since the first gun control stuff in the 1920s, you know, it's just ridiculous.
I mean, if I could buy a new machine gun for a decent price, like they were before 1986, and have that and only use select fire on it most of the time for just, you know, semi-auto, but have the ability to have full auto when I wanted it or needed it, you know, I'd be happy. As long as it was, you know, what the prices were, because
I know.
By the way, the price difference between an M16 and an AR-15 before 1986, they were the same price, by the way.
Yeah. And another thing is, if the full auto ban had never happened, we would have surplus AKs on the market today that would be like $400 for, I don't know how much they would be, but
they'd probably be
they would they
Well,
would
they
be
wouldn't-
probably genuine Russian or genuine Chinese. We might already have rifles that we've never even seen on the market today for civilian use.
You know, if we had full auto today, Travis, we'd have the Zorg gun. We'd have that already.
The Wunderwaffe.
I know, and I'd, yep, it'd be nice. It would be nice.
What is it?
I mean-
The Zorg Industries ZF-1.
I mean, I'd be okay with a functioning H&K L85, but that's just me.
I'd be happy if my PPS 43 wasn't neutered.
Right?
Yeah. Same thing with my M76 and M72 and PSL. Because for those of you who don't know, the M76 and the Romanian PSL have hammer drop safety so that the hammer does not ride the bolt as it goes forward, creating either an out of battery detonation or a slam fire. And the ATF all of a sudden thought, oh, hey, that's a third pinhole. That makes it a machine gun. Oh, we should ban it. So all new Romanian PSLs coming into the country are actually less safe than their military counterparts overseas. So those of you who want to buy one of the classic firearms, $3,000 PSLs that are made poor quality tooling and only one magazine, by all means, you're getting a less safe rifle than what is available across seas.
Who knows how long those are going to come into the country anyway? Did you hear what happened in Romania?
No, what happened in Romania?
They had an explosion on their range that caused a lot of damage. Apparently, their range was enclosed and they were firing off a bunch of the mini Dracos. And the mini Dracos don't burn all their powder, so they had a bunch of this powder that's accumulating in the air. And they fired off some more shots and it detonated powder that was floating around in the air.
RIP.
And one person was killed and there was a bunch of damage caused to their range and everything. And they don't know how long it's going to take to get production back up again.
That's why I don't like indoor ranges, because I went to a range for my my 20th birthday and I shot a HK UMP 45. That was awesome fun, but it was terrifying because it was like spitting fire out of the front, and I just like looked around afterwards and I see piles of black and green powder on the floor. And I'm like, okay, we're not ever coming back here. Ever.
Well, AWAG, I'm just telling you, I'm 100% ready to start up Nightwagon Gunworks whenever you finally feel that you can leave New Jersey.
Yeah. I need tooling, though.
Bring the tooling with you. I got room.
All right, now I'll think about it.
So,
it is South
right.
Carolina, right? Is it South or North?
South.
Okay.
Charleston.
Oh, you're not far from one of my friends.
So beaches are only like a 1 hour drive. So if you want to go to the beach, we can go to the beach.
Yeah, that's about the same distance as I am from the beach in New Jersey.
It's just it's a bit warmer down here most of the time, and we have to deal with hurricanes, but you have to deal with hurricanes up there in New Jersey too, anyways.
Well, the water won't melt your skin off either, so that's a
no,
good.
it's true. You can actually still use the beaches here.
There you go.
Just saying. So, all right. So, does anybody else want to chime in on this? Because it is.
I'm going to get my final thoughts in. I honestly think that this bill is a personal attack on me because I'm just starting to get ramped up on all the tooling and all the new machinery that I just got to build the PSL and the M76, and now it's all just like, well, bam, you're an insta-felon.
Yeah, it is bullshit. But again, if if those of you that didn't go out and vote think this was never going to happen, surprise. We needed more people to go out and vote for unfortunately the Republicans, because the Republicans aren't the ones that put this bill in. The ones that put this bill in were the Democrats. So obviously they don't have your best interest at heart. But imagine that.
Hold on, real quick. I don't know if you go look at the bill. Look at the date the bill went in. That they started this bill. It was 2 weeks ago. They did what they do best. They started 2 weeks ago because they knew people were too busy with the elections, and they snuck it in like they sneak everything else in, and that pisses me off. It's what they do. They sneak this stuff in. They're underhanded. They're not there for the people like they're supposed to be.
Right. But, the one saving grace of this is, guess what? They have to get this voted on. This bill has got to go to a committee. It's got to get out of a committee. It's got to go to the floor of the House to get voted on. Then it has to go through the Senate committee and then the Senate floor. And it has to go to the president. Okay, so the Republicans might be able to downvote this and get this bill gone in the Senate.
This thing isn't going to go anywhere this session. When it becomes dangerous is when this newly elected House is seated, and when that session starts and they reintroduce the bill, that's when it's going to be dangerous. Right now, with a Republican-controlled House, it's not going to go anywhere. Next session, however, that's when it becomes a problem. And what they're going to end up doing, since they know that they can't get a standalone bill through the Senate, is they're going to attach it to like an omnibus spending bill and something that has to be passed. And someone's going to give away our rights, going to trade it off in order to get something else. That's what they're going to do. That's how they're going to slip this shit through.
That, or they'll do what they're doing here in Ohio, that one bill to ban automatic assault weapons is still sitting there, but it's been sitting there for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to send it anywhere until they can get those people they want there to actually get it passed.
So there's something else I want to talk about now, because I'm getting tired of talking about this. I'm pissed off about it enough as it is. AWAG even more so than me. Sarge, anything going on in North Carolina you want to tell us about?
What did I miss?
North Carolina voters add right to hunt and fish to state constitution.
Neat.
What was that? Yeah, I mean they had something on that. What's the premise of it exactly?
Basically, it was voted. You guys voted in on it, saying 2 million people voted yes, 1.5 million voted against.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you look on a map right here, now I'm going to
see where they voted no.
You'll see where they voted no, but okay, the 4 are all the orange parts. The against are the tan parts.
Mm-hmm. And the ones that are against are very, very liberal.
Yeah, but look at that. Just the parts that are very, very liberal have more population than the parts that don't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just a microcosm of the country at large.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah. Basically, they added on referendum reached voters by means of state legislators in the session with the passage of S-677 by a huge margin, with more than 80% of lawmakers signing to support this bill. Basically, they're just adding it on to the Constitution of North Carolina, saying that you have a right to hunt and fish.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell is that not already?
Yeah, it should be. It should be on many state constitutions. But what you find out if you look at your state's constitution, every state has one. More often than not, most states don't put you have the right to hunt or the right to fish. They don't put that on there.
New Jersey's is probably you have the right to feel safe, so you can call in your neighbor who's building
You have the right to
history.
feel safe by calling for the cops when something happens because you can't be trusted with any firearms.
Wait,
And then they wonder why the guy shoots back.
So this thing in North Carolina, the right to hunt and fish, does that mean that you no longer need a license to do those two things?
No, you probably still need a license, but it ensures that nobody can take that right away. Like in some of the liberal states, like what was it? Was it New Jersey? They took away your right to hunt.
Pretty much. You still need a license to hunt and fish and do all that fun stuff.
I'm pretty sure one of the states, I don't know which state it was, but they basically took away the people's right to hunt bears.
Oh yeah, that was New Jersey.
So
And now the bear population up north is absolutely rampant.
They were out of control to begin with, and now nothing's keeping them in check.
Mm-hmm.
So now, even if they don't go for the FUD's guns, they're going to go after the FUD's land and the FUD's activities, and so the FUD should care, right?
Yeah, but they don't because the Constitution is only for hunting, and that's
They have no hunting.
The feds don't care because they're not using bolt action rifles. They're using black powder, right?
yeah. They're using muzzle loaders. They're using shotguns. They're using bow and arrows for those ballsy enough to do that with bears.
Yeah, but don't forget they're coming after their shotguns now too. So
Yeah, because they're easily accessible.
they're coming after everything.
Yeah. So, by the way, FYI, if you don't know this already, you've been living under a rock. But yes, the Democrats are coming after everything.
Literally everything.
So
This time it literally is everything. I think the only thing that they didn't have listed were bolt guns and pump shotguns. Everything else they're coming after, specifically spelled out.
There's going to be a shift, though, in some of this stuff because
I sure as hell hope so.
there was always conservative Southern Democrats, and now their party is like gone so far to the left, it's kind of left them behind. So I don't know.
It's also getting to the point,
or whether they're going to switch over to being Republican.
I think the conservative Democrats were, I think they call themselves moderates. And what a lot of those moderates see themselves voting more for Republicans than they do Democrats.
And that's what I was going to say, that they're going to kind of, there's going to be a large section of people that are left behind by the shift in that party. And I don't know exactly where they're going to end up, but some of them are not willing to go down that left road. So
not
I don't
only
know whether
that
they're going to
is
shift over towards us or what.
some of the identity politics that's going on is getting so full of visceral hatred that they're actually tearing themselves apart.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
See who's going to be the more oppressed person.
So that one, I guess, the house chick, the 29-year-old from
the socialist.
Yeah, from New York,
from Queens.
Oh,
yeah, something like that.
Her face.
Yeah, whatever. But didn't she, her first time in DC was to a march against Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah.
So I mean that's eating themselves right there. Yes, Crazy Eyes. Don't know her name.
Oh my gosh, she has blatant crazy eyes.
Oh, it gets better. She claims she can't afford a DC apartment, but records show she has at least $15,000 in savings.
Right.
And a $3,500 outfit.
Right.
And some people said that no, it was given to her for a photo shoot, and then she said that no, that something she bought for her campaign. $3,500 outfit.
Yeah.
So
the reason why she can't afford an apartment is because she doesn't want your standard studio or what have small apartment. She wants the big luxury apartment. That's why.
Yeah.
And what's the deal with rent control? I know nothing about this, but I keep seeing people just spew stuff about rent control and how it's going to be the greatest thing in the world, and it's making me question because I don't know anything about it.
Well, let us put it this way, AWAG. If you can afford the rent in New Jersey or New York, then you can have a huge-ass house in the South.
Oh, huge.
Easy.
Huge.
AWAG, we're talking if you have enough money to own a house, it doesn't even have to be a big house in New York or New Jersey. You move down south to South Carolina, you can have your own farm with like 100 acres for the same amount of money.
And that's why people do it.
Yeah.
They
Same with
sell
coming out of
their home
California.
in those other areas. They take the money and they come down here and buy, like, I'm not gonna say a mansion, but they buy a big house down there with a lot of land, and it's the same price or less.
So I'm in Arkansas.
Nobody wants to go to Arkansas, though.
I know, but
Price is supposed to be pretty good down there.
$250,000 will probably get you 15, 20 acres and probably a 4,000 square foot house.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing in Nebraska too, AWAG.
So AWAG, that's why I'm telling you, come down here to South Carolina, help me set up Nightwagon Gunworks, and we will start churning out guns left and right.
So
let me put this in perspective for you guys that are not in New Jersey. In New Jersey, a 600 square foot apartment, which is pretty decently sized, it probably runs about $1,500 a month.
Oh my God!
The house I'm in right now.
Hey, Jesus, bro.
So the house I'm in right now, it's a little over 1,000 square foot. It has a massive garage. I got truck. I got reloading equipment. I got washer dryer. I got a lot of shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
My mortgage is $530 a month.
Good Lord!
Now you're gonna have to tack on, $200 for property tax and $200 for homeowners insurance.
And remember,
No,
this as well.
My homeowner's insurance is in with that.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
He did pretty good.
Is that like a 30-year mortgage?
Yeah, it's a 30-year mortgage, but still, it's a starter house. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath.
Yeah,
Nothing crazy, but
I think it's 1,250 square foot townhouse right now that we're living in. 3 beds, 2 bath, or 1.5 bath. $650 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, what I would give to pay that much for rent.
Yeah, but then again, where I live, the medium income for a 4-person family, 2 kids, 2 adults, is you're looking at $45,000-$50,000. So that is a big thing. Like if you come from the coasts, California, New York, all these places, you have to live there and pay those prices enough till you could get enough income, or so you could build up enough equity in those places where you sell them and come here and buy your house outright.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing, you have to deal with the pain there, because I know a buddy of mine, he was in San Diego. He moved from there and down to Little Rock area, and he bought a 6,400 square foot house. He paid cash, and he's like, yeah, this is less than what, like out there. He's like, I could probably get, maybe a 1,500 square foot house out there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have
half a
like
mil. Okay, whatever.
I have like almost no. I don't want to say no savings, because I do have money set aside for emergencies.
Right.
But like I don't have much to freely spend after all my bills and things. But I think what's eating most of my money is I see some of these titles of these like pages like, hey, they're going to ban parts kits. So I look at all the parts kits that I want to buy, and I'm just like, oh, I'm going to buy that one, I'm going to buy that one, I'm going to buy that one, and there goes my money.
Yeah.
So,
but just like, up there, your cost of living's higher, your income for the same job is most likely higher than if it would be where I live.
Car insurance is probably killer if you're on your own too.
AWAG, let me
I'm
tell
on my
you,
own car
if you're
insurance.
worried, I could probably get Ellis to get you a job with PSA. They need gunsmiths. and machining. And they need people that have machining experience.
Yeah, but I'm not certified in anything. I'm literally a high school dropout with no certifications. So,
have you thought about getting your GED?
no. I mean, I have that. I have that, but I don't have any solid certifications.
How many years of experience, though?
Yeah.
I don't even have a year in experience. I mean, I have over 4 years of machining myself, like as a hobby, but
there you go. Work with us. Work with us.
Work with us, all right?
Yes, 4 years now. Okay.
Dude, you could easily get an associate's in machining from a community college or get welding certification, you know, and then go from there.
Online gunsmithing.
Well, you got that too, but yeah, I mean, if you want to get some, you know, some
I've
sort
got
of.
that. I've got an online gunsmithing certification.
you know, I wanted to take a build your precision rifle class in Troy, North Carolina. They have a NRA certified school, which I'm not a fan of the NRA, but their schools are pretty good. I wanted to do that, but it was like $5,000 to do that, and it's only like 3 days. And now I like the class sizes because it's only like 10 people max, and you get to build an awesome precision rifle and shoot it and test it and basically learn that.
Do they provide all the parts? Obviously.
No, you have to provide the parts.
Then
that's really that's where the $5,000 comes in.
That's why it's
so you're talking about you got to spend that to bring your parts and everything.
Yes.
It's an awful
Still, it's a little expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a high-end precision rifle would cost you $35,000 to $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, if you quote that to 3 days of school, it's $333 a day, and they're teaching you how to build it correctly. And there you go. Okay, sign yourself up now.
I mean, think about it. If you go on a vacation,
what's that?
Okay, but still, I mean, if you go out and you do something, a couple $100 a day isn't that crazy.
Yeah, I did want to take one of the rifle dynamics courses, but they're all the way out in Nevada, so that's a little too far. And plus, after I build that rifle, I won't be able to bring it home because they like to build them with special features, i.e. flash hiders and pistol grips and 30-round mags and all that stuff.
I think if you're in one of those states, you could actually build it to however you can.
Or just take it to an FFL and sell it to me and have it shipped to me, and we'll just call it good.
Yeah, Travis gets a free rifle dynamics built by AWAG with
I was
Melvin.
going to pay you for it, dude. It's all good, but...
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean,
I got to get the jump on it before Foos does, because, you know... He'll steal your Makarov and your girl.
This was swooping at the last minute and died anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still young. 22, obviously. I think I'm the youngest one on the panel. So I got some time to think right now.
I'm identifying myself as 21.
Well, Night Strike doesn't have that kind of time, so you need to hurry up.
Yeah, I know.
I think about your friends, bro.
I know.
AWAG, I'm getting old, so don't wait too long.
AWAG, coming from someone that is trying to get another job, and I just got another job, but I don't start for a couple weeks. But coming from someone that's gone from job to job to job over the years, dude, get you something, get it done, go to school, get it done, and freaking nail it and stick with it, dude. You're young enough. You got plenty of time. Me, I'm up a hill and I'm fighting a battle.
Agreed. Find something that you enjoy doing. You don't have to absolutely love it. You have to enjoy doing it. You have to be decent at it, and you're good.
That's the thing.
Move and start over like that. Do it now while you're young, for sure. I got to agree with these guys.
A man has to work so much in his life. You might as well find something that you like. Like you said, not necessarily love, but something that you like to do.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even say. I mean, there's different. There's like, there's love, there's enjoy. There's different levels of that. So, enjoyment, because like is, oh yeah, I'm basically going every day. And, you enjoy it.
I tolerate it.
Like,
You know?
The biggest thing is get the skills that you need for what you want to do. So you like building guns. You like doing that. So go get those skills if that's what you want. Go get that certification. Yeah. Don't play around. Don't waste time. I've done many things over the years, but most of my experience has been in retail. I've been in retail for almost 20 years, and it doesn't get you anywhere. Nope. It really doesn't get you anywhere. What it got me was the experience with guns. It got me the experience with the federal government and the paperwork. And I'm going to another position, another job, another company that has nothing to do with guns, but it's going to give me the ability to get plenty of overtime so I can get my own FFL and do my own business on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I'm still going to be building myself a career at that place and learning another trade. I'm going back into manufacturing. I did it once before, but I'm going back into manufacturing, and I have the ability to learn various trades throughout that company.
Can you say what part yet, or is it still under non-disclosure?
They're either going to put me in welding or in painting. I'm not sure which yet. I should find out tomorrow.
Okay.
Welding or what?
Welding or painting. So I'd be doing doing paint. So basically what the company does is they make cylinders, basically cylinders for like gas companies and stuff like that. All those large gas cylinders that get transported around the country.
You need to go for the welding side. The painting.
That's what I'm hoping for.
The painting will kill you.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Both of them will.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the welding.
Welding, not so much. But with all those, the chemicals and the paint and doing that every day, nah.
So, I have one last topic I want to talk about for a few minutes. It's more really just an afterthought, but for those that you don't know, there is like one gun store left in Thousand Oaks, California. And that's where the shooting happened the other day. And apparently, that gun store has basically been flocked by tons of California citizens that want to buy guns.
Yep.
After that shooting,
they can't keep them on the shelves.
Oh yeah. California, but people are going to gun shops left and right, all over California right now. Mm-hmm. There was I think it might have been Breitbart that was reading the story, because Breitbart puts all their stories on Instagram too, and I think I was reading about it over there on from Breitbart article. But yeah, they're going all over California is going crazy right now buying firearms after that.
They're buying firearms because apparently they're afraid of getting shot.
Yeah, you're not safe anywhere anymore. If somebody's just going to walk into a place like the Borderline Grill and light it up.
Yeah, and here's the thing: in California, even over in that area, you're not going to get a concealed weapons permit over there. It's in Thousand Oaks. You're not going to get one.
Is it may issue in California or shall issue?
May issue.
Wow. See, but what about open carry?
Nope,
not permitted.
But you used to be able to.
Isn't that under the jurisdiction of the Ninth Circuit Court?
I think they either struck it down or they refused to hear it.
No. What he's talking about is they absolutely did find that the Ninth Circuit absolutely did find that open carry was
had to be available.
Activity.
They said one of the two had to be available.
Correct. But I'm not sure if that case has went out to its conclusion yet, as far as the appeals and whatnot.
Because they found, and that's notoriously the most liberal of the circuit courts. They found that the Second Amendment being the right to keep and bear arms, that if they restricted concealed carry, you couldn't restrict open carry, because if not, you have essentially disarmed the public.
Has ruled on that one yet,
but that's in the works. So they need to really pay attention to that.
Absolutely.
And they need to pay attention to who their sheriff is in that county and vote in a Pro 2A sheriff. And that's when your concealed carry permits get issued. That's what they have to. That's what a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to wrap it up, folks. Guys, I'm going to go through the room. You guys say your final plugs, anything you want to talk, you want to mention or tell anybody about. So, AWAG, you're first.
Check out my channel. I'm not going to be posting videos in the next week or two because my computer took a poo. So, I mean, I will have videos up on building my PSL and my M76 because I'm going full steam ahead. I don't really care what happens to my channel now, because I'm kind of upset at everything political going on right now. So it's just like, I already have enough gun stuff up there, so it's only a matter of time before it gets taken down. So I'm just gonna go full steam ahead, put out gun content as much as I can. So check out my channel, AWAG1000. Look for my yellow smiley face. Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Instagram. I think I may have a Tumblr. But yeah, don't go on Tumblr. It's way super lefty. I just go on there to troll people. But yeah, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, GunTube. What's the other one? Gun channels. So there we go. I knew it was another gun.
Right. I know he's got to jump out because he's got to set up 2A Tuesday. So Sandhill Shooter, final plugs, mentions. I know you're still here. Unmute yourself, buddy. And he just jumped out. So there we go.
Yeah.
I see how it is. All right, Foos, go for it.
Howdy ho, neighbor. Not much going on my channel. Just doing my own thing. My channel on YouTube is basically just shooting sports stuff like that. So it's winter's off season.
I got to be honest with you, Foos. I enjoy watching you go and do those matches. That's pretty cool.
Seeing a fat guy run around and maybe hit something.
Well, I will say this: you probably have better accuracy than I do. But
better accuracy than most people. Like yesterday after the, Sunday after the match, guy was like, I need some training, so I spoke to him a little bit and told him a couple drills that he could do to try to speed up. I was like, do you know where your gun hits out to 50, out to about 50 yards? He's like, no, I don't even know where it hits at 30 yards. I went, I know where mine hits at 100. He's like, no way. I went, let's go down to the rifle range. We have a piece of 2/3 size silhouette sticking down at 100 yards. My first round, dang. And I'm like, you got to know where your gun hits from muzzle to at least 50, 60, 70 yards for the sport.
Nice.
So he started shooting, and he got like 4 or 5 in a row. And he's like, bullets don't drop that much. I went, no, they don't.
They don't. That's what people don't realize.
Yeah. I mean, a 100-yard shot with a pistol, hold it about the same as a 50, hold it about the same as a 30. You're good.
If you can hit a bullseye at 10 yards, you can hit that target at 100.
Yeah. All right. Gizzard.
Yes. I say check out my website, gizzardgary.com. Remember to visit guntube.org. Also, Gunstreamer, YouTube, anywhere but YouTube. And like, share, and subscribe to all the people on this panel, especially Night Strike. And I got a question for you, Night Strike.
Yeah, what's up?
If someone was to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, what should you give them?
Give him the bird.
There you go. Thanks for the invite.
No problem. No problem. Anytime, buddy.
Just one? You have two hands.
Well, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay?
I just want to say my family gave Gary 3 birds.
Yeah,
that's right.
Budget, you stayed with us for the most of the duration of the show. Thanks for showing up.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for the invite. I enjoyed being on this show tonight. You can catch me on Budget Guns and Gear Reviews here on YouTube. I do a weekly live stream about the Second Amendment news and politics called The Right of the People every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be talking about some of the same topics we were discussing tonight this week. Maybe go a little bit more in depth on some of them. You can catch me on GunTube, GunStreamer, YouTube. I simulcast on gun channels and usually put a link up on gun channels whenever I put out produced content. Just recently started a channel over on CocoScope, COCO Scope. That's an interesting little platform. So I'm pretty much everywhere.
All right, cool. Rich, you actually contributed to the chat a lot this evening. Thanks for showing up, dude.
Yeah, no problem. I just came to realization of something. We're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of when Tardot, Gunpowder, and myself started planning the Unloaded Media channel and meetings that we would have with Ghost and Clover on to get their advice on how to run the channel and everything. So that's an interesting milestone that we have coming up for that channel.
And most of the time, it's just you and me sometimes.
Yeah. With them moving and everything, the way that with their housing situation, everything, they haven't been able to jump on, and then having to.
I can't always be on your show, but I try and make your show as much as possible.
Yeah, we had a good one this past weekend.
I wasn't able to, as I said, I wasn't able to make it. So.
Right. Well, yeah, you've had issues with family and stuff, so that's understandable. But it was myself, Calaveras, and Kingpin, and basically we turned it into a Kingpin Asks show. I'm actually thinking about making that a segment on the show now, where he just was asking Calaveras and I different questions because he's like still fairly new to it and was asking us questions about what to do with this and that and differences in calibers and whatnot. So if you haven't got a chance to watch that episode yet, go back and watch it. I thought it was a rather interesting episode because of the questions that he was asking us.
Awesome. All right, Sarge, you've been patient. You've jumped in.
I have been patient.
Yes. Thank you for showing up, Sarge. Thank you for giving us your perspective.
Well. I appreciate the invite. I've got a few things. Like I said, I'm filming some videos tomorrow. I started kind of getting into the unboxing stuff, which I kind of enjoy. I liked watching them, so I started doing some of them. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm like 4 subs away from 1,300. So I saw some new faces in the chat. So be sure to check out everybody's content on the panel. And if you like it, go ahead and sub, or just go ahead and pre-sub because you're going to like it anyway. But like I said, I appreciate the invite, and we'll be back on Thursday night at 9, Sergeant Boomer, and I'm sure several of the people that are in the panel tonight, hopefully we'll be able to stop in Thursday at 9 East. So I appreciate the invite.
What's your YouTube channel?
C4 Defense 1, if you type it in. If you just type in C4 Defense, I'll come up, but like my address is youtube.com/C4 Defense 1. But
yeah, just like mine is, Night Strike 1.
Yeah.
Well, you got one newer.
Thank you, sir.
1296.
Bam.
Yeah. I just want to mention that I am 42 subscribers away from 900.
Well, I mean, if I go there, you could be 43.
I just want to say I regret that I have but 2 subscriptions to give. So.
Yes.
I thought I was bad at 180.
Yeah. All right. So, Scotsman,
I don't even know how many I have.
Thank you for jumping in, Scotsman.
Oh, yeah. Bringing up the ass.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. Always good to be here when I can be here. Like I said, I got some more videos coming out this week, so watch for those. And of course, I have my chat on Sunday, 9:30 Eastern. Other than that, again, thanks for having me, and shall not be infringed.
Shall not be infringed. All right, Travis.
Yeah, no, man. As always, I appreciate the invite. Thank you very much. And guys, anybody listening, make sure you check out the channels of all the people that are listed here on all the different forms of social media out there. But otherwise, man, I appreciate the invite as usual, and I can't wait to come back next week, man.
Awesome. I can't wait. Are we doing Caliber Corner this weekend?
Yeah. I've already got the topics posted right now, so you can go check it out.
And what time is that?
8 a.m. Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, I'm working, so hopefully it will be quiet, and I would like to at least participate in the chat. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I think
I would try and get up early on Saturday, even though that's the day I sleep in.
I understand. Hey, you can always go back to bed when you get done. That's usually what I do.
So,
no, I'm just kidding. I usually start my day. So.
All right. So, guys, do me a favor. Go to nightstrike.com, buy some stickers, because that money's got to go towards GunTube anyways. So, if you can, go to Patreon for GunTube. That's patreon.com/GunTube, and help me try and get GunTube working properly and, stay online. If you want to help out the Night Strike channel, which, by the way, all that money is still going towards GunTube because it's costing me an arm and a leg right now. Go to patreon.com/Nightstrike. Again, check out gunchannels.com where we all met. Check out, check me out on, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So
no Twitter.
Shush. Quiet you. All right. Thank you all for listening. This was Hit or Miss. But again, we hope to see you next week. So again, thank you all for listening. This was Hit or Miss.